everybody, it's James, and welcome to a Corby Town analysis video. We have finished our season here in the Skybet League 1, and as you can see, besides from a defeat from Ipswich and the Papa Johns, defeat to Man United, and some spotty form at the end, we've gone up champions. And I don't have the season review because I think it disappeared on us. It tends to do that sometimes. We can kind of go and look through everything. Finish the season unbeaten. Antigua is named to the bench of our best 11. We've got Watts, Jackson, Jebby, Podar, Ferguson, Flack, Barnes, Bowen, Ba, Osmond, and Slater. The substitutes are Simpson, Jose David Martinez, Roy Frazier, who is with Leeds now. Hasn't played too many games for them yet. Zach Stewart, Mikel Artiga, Joshua Crompton, and Futoshi Sakurai. So where they are, Joshua Crompton is currently playing for Arsenal. Roy Frazier is at Leeds. Ba is with Stuttgart. Barnes is with Montpellier. Zach Stewart is with Calgary. And Simon Bowen is with Dundee United. Podar, and then obviously Wayne Osmond and Lauren, Slater, and Chesterfield. Kyle Slater, we sold him on to Chesterfield. He played 9 games this season, got 1 assist. He is wanted by Crawley Town on a transfer. He was a great player for us, but boy, have we outgrown him. Season review. This is where we normally would see the season review, but it wouldn't let me go into it. We've won the double. We're going to be in the we're going to be in the Europa League 2 next year. It's going to be interesting. As you can see, our XG was 115.3. We scored more than that. Our expected points, we scored more, and our position was there. Our club visions, I've already made the decision and gone through with it. We're improving our youth facilities. They want us to reach the second knockout round of the Europa League 2, and they want us to win promotion from the championship, which means we don't have to win it. We've got our team atmosphere is Flack, Watts, Pete Povey are the leaders. Montez, Jackson, Jebby, and Carnival are the highly influentials, and then Sakurai, Collins, Nigor, Minhan, and Naglik are our influentials. Had the team meeting. Our end of season report shows you who our best players are. Interesting to see Del Avancio there. We may have to start bleeding him into the squad more. Markov, Pavi, and Juan Claros Vargas end the year as injured, but they'll be ready to be the beginning of next year. We have a break until June. Our last game was a 4-0 win. We are now a Category 2 youth setup, which is great. It means we're getting better and better, and we're developing our youth facilities, as you saw. And apparently there's not going to really be a Serbian call-up for Andre. As for the team as a whole, Sakurai had 56 goals, Andre had 13, Gabby had 13, Ender had 10, and then we kind of trickle our way down from there. Assists, Ender had 23, but probably a lot of those came from crosses. Antigua had 13, Carnival and Hewart 12, and Collins 9. So a good, decent amount of assists there. Also, Jackson coming in at right wing back with 9. Minhan had 5, but he's only played half a season with us. Be interesting to see what he does in a full season. So, when I look at our team, what do I see? What do I want to do? Well, Jackson is a good right back, but he's starting to near his potential. So I need to start figuring out who is going to be the right back in the near future. What's going on there? Minahan is great. Jose Dover Martinez, Gabby, and Pavi are all good. Carnival is going to be good for another midfielder for another year. Hewitt has really bled into the team and developed well. Watts is here and wants to stay. Fraser Ross is our good backup, and we'll probably hold on to him again. Hazard's retiring. We don't have to worry about that. Markov has English citizenship, which makes his life easy, as does Jose David Martinez. A few of the other guys Alan Milenkovic, I want to see more of. Jonathan, he may be in or out of the team, but he's not really a backup striker. Lucas Vieira, Jack Hurd, I like as a backup right wing back. Ewan Patterson, is it time to move away from him? Wesley Hassel is somebody who have his homegrown, but I'd really like to get him out on loan. And these other guys, Ward, Ian Gordon, Antonko, I want to get out on loan and have him get some game time. He's probably a year or two away. I see him being like our cup goalkeeper in the Prem for a year and then our actual starter. I really rate him highly. And Sivlar, I'd like to start bleeding a little bit into more to the team too. If that means that Markov has to go, maybe that's the case. You can see too our values have skyrocketed now that we're up a league. And Toko has gone down a little bit, but Sakurai is now worth 1.2 million supposedly. Pavi's 750,000, Milenkovic 500,000. We actually have some players that are worth something, so maybe turning and burning a little bit this season might be something that we can do. When it comes to transfers, I've already started making a couple. We've got a Colombian center back who will be joining us this year, Andreas Insancio. He looks interesting. He's unambitious, but I think we can turn that around. But as a physical presence, he looks like he could be good, maybe even trained as a right back. But I'm not spending too much money on him. And you know me, I love to have a good couple center backs, that work rate, that tackling, that technique and marking and passing, things to like. And he looks like he could have some decent stamina and jump reach. Heading of 10, we can work on. We have our South African wonder kid coming in, midfielder who will slot right into the under 18s. Manchester United have released this guy, who I thought would be worth giving a punt on. I figure always get a free transfer midfielder from Manchester United. It just seems to be one of the things that we do nowadays. We also have Andreas Verikokos, who is, I just really signed him for the name, and he's American. He's from Greece. He's from Reading, Pennsylvania. So I thought, worth the punt. Could be kind of fun. And then we have this guy who could sign by the end of the year as the attacking midfielder from Brazil, Henrique. He's been bid on by a bunch of other teams. They're looking for Manchester City, Los, Porto, Celtic, a bunch of other ones, but he's signing for us and we're waiting on a work permit. If the work permit goes through, he will be an absolute steal, and he's attacking midfielder, which is why I'm looking at Patterson and going, maybe it's time to let him go. As for our development team, Zlato and Kieran Key are going to be probably people we're going to look to bring up. Rodriguez, Martin Hassel, and we talked about him a bit, but we also have Markak here, who could be a very good Netherlands center back. I'm really excited about what he could do for the team, but we're going to let him develop. Hopefully everybody gives us an under 23 squad next year, so I can really start working on some of these players. As for the leagues, League One. As for the leagues, we still have the playoffs going on, but if we go to the league table, Corby and Ipswich go up, with Southend, Coventry, Rochdale, and Hull in the playoffs. Relegated is Lincoln, Wickham, AFC, Wimbledon, and Harrogate. Above us in the Championship, Fulham and Leicester are promoted. Derby, Norwich, Brentford, and Barnsley are in the playoffs. Northampton, Charlton, Bristol Rovers going down. As for the Premier League, Liverpool are champions, and Manchester United and Man City have European football. Nottingham Forest and Bristol City are relegated, and I don't know how many more matches they have. A couple more matches, but it's a dogfight between Southampton and Burnley to see who will go down. So we know we're at least going to be playing Bristol City and Nottingham Forest next year. As for the leagues below us, League 2, Rotherham, Bolton, Bradford are up, and Barrow and Notts County are down. And then I've undone the Vanarama National Leagues just to kind of save some space because we've turned on some more prestigious leagues. As for France, if we go to Ligue 1, ooh, it's close. But Monaco is leading Los OEM in Paris Saint-Germain. PSG has won it the last 4 years. But a definite coup at the top here. If we go to the Bundesliga, Bayern are the champions and they have held on to their dominance with Hertha Berlin, Leipzig, and Bayern, Frankfurt, Gladbach, and Dortmund rounding that out. Stuttgart with Ba did well, but weren't able to break through. I'm looking at a striker from Dortmund, and if we can pull it off, it'll be a hell of a coup, but I'm excited for it. Barcelona looks to be champions of La Liga with Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Real Madrid really off the pace. Looks like Atletico Madrid broke the stranglehold, and then Barcelona has done it the last 3 years. Maybe interesting. Kylian Mbappe. It's not very rare that you see a team that has 2 of the top goal scorers in the league, yet they do not get past it. Serie A, Zebra tied with Inter atop the table and Roma just behind. Very interesting. Zebra has won the first 2 years, then Lazio, Inter, and then back to Zebra again. Be a very, very interesting closeout. And because we're interested in these, the Portuguese, Porto goes and beats out Benfica. And in the Eredivisie, Ajax is beating out PSV, Eindhoven. And what the Belgium leagues? Club Brugge are beating Standard Liège and Ghent and Genk. That's Scotland. Celtic. Hey, go Celtic. So that's a look around the league. As for scouting and transfers, we've kind of gone over that, looked and see what we're planning on doing, what I'm looking at. Schedule going forward, we are going to be in 5 competitions. We're going to be in the league, the FA, the Caballero, the Papa John's, and the Euro 2. So we're going to have depth. I'm not really worried about the squad as a whole when it comes to like homegrown and stuff. We've done pretty well with that. Where a lot of them are going to be under 21, but we're going to have to. I mean, I thought about trimming. We may still do that, but we may need to bring in some experience here. Going in the fact that we have European football, which for me is absolutely crazy. But hopefully you enjoyed this second video and the second look at the team. I'm excited, and hopefully you are too. And until then, I've been James. You've been you. This has been Corby Town. I'll see you guys after the transfers in the beginning of the next season. Have a good one. Bye-bye.